when you're asylum seekers, you don't have life, you don't have nothing. You cannot do anything, you cannot work, you cannot be yourself. So my times I was sleeping rough, sleeping outside, because I lost my asylum homes, which was provided by Home Office, and the reason I lost it because they gave me a refuge and make my life more harder. And it's taken me ages to get my papers, but Jesus always was part of this journey, and always He was showing me the love. I'm Saeid and I'm from Iran. I come to this country as asylum seekers, and I've been here for 17 years. Basically, I came to this country from Iran because I had too much problems with my government. I was run away because governments want to harass me, and they wasn't really happy with me, the things I've done. But I came, I was using the drugs even in this country, and I remember I was walking in the street in Liverpool and it was raining. I was very angry and shouting, God, why I'm here? Why my life like this? What's the difference? Why I'm always suffering? And I was blaming God, blaming my family, myself. And I've seen lots of people going to the building, and I didn't know what that building is. I was hungry and very tired, so I walked into that building to see what's going on, and I met pastor of the church, and they welcomed me in, and I slowly I start going to that church and getting to know people and find a life. I slowly try to find out and asking people in that building, which is the church, my old church, and I slowly asked them for Christianity, why they are very happy. So I started slowly go around with my church pastor, and he showed me different life, different peoples, and he also explained to me the Bible passage, joining those journeys, going around with seeing the people, visiting people. I slowly some things start coming up in me, and I felt difference. After ages to go in the church, one day I heard the voice, and then I was looking around myself in the church, and to find out he was shouting, he was saying things. I seen everybody was busy and doing their own things, worshiping God. But by that time I ignored that. I was thinking it's just maybe something, I don't know. But I slowly, anytime go back in, every Sunday go back in that church, I heard the voice more and more and more and more. And one day I was speaking to my church pastor and explaining the sound and the voice I've heard, and he told me it's God, it's Jesus trying to talk to me. And I asked him how I can find out exactly that's God, that's Jesus. He told me to read the Bible, so which I start reading the Bible. And I remember by that times when I start reading the Bible, and somehow I just opened the books in John One, in the beginning, it was God, and the Word was God. And then I go down and down in the passage. It was saying the darkness will go away and become a light. So I fell asleep, and the next day I wake up and I remember I completely was feeling different, feeling I'm not the same person anymore. And I was standing by the mirror and I look at myself, and I just recognized myself as someone who was lost in the darkness, not really good life, with the drugs, lots of bad habits. And that days was my days I decide to ask God to help me to change my life and become who I am now, which is always Jesus. And Jesus helped me to stop my addictions. Basically, Jesus found me. No, I didn't find Jesus. Jesus found me, and I changed my religions and become a Christian. And that day was the day I stopped my drugs addict, and I start to have a good life with Jesus, walking with Jesus. I think God loves me for who I am. He was the ones fight for me, standing, show me the love, show me how to care about other people, show me how to love other people, because I never want the same things for others, and I believe God's got more things for you and for others who not become followers of the Jesus.